welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking all about what's in my bag, what kind of gear I use for different kinds of shoots, for my weddings, for my content photos, everything. So I am going currently to Seattle. I am in the middle of packing everything up, and I figured why not bring you guys along on this trip, and then when I get to my Airbnb in Seattle tonight, I'll go ahead and give you guys a rundown of what gear I use and why and everything that goes along with that. And then I might even be able to get my second shooter to film a little bit of behind the scenes where I can talk on the wedding day about what I'm using my gear for and what shot it's specifically for and what I hope to get with that gear. So come along, let's go to Seattle.
What's up, guys? We're in Saddle, back in Saddle, ready to get our rental car saddled up in Saddle. How's it going, guys? Next day, same agenda. Church! Woo! We're going! We are going to church. Guess where? Yes, that's right. Whatever you guessed, that's right. That's where we're going. Oh man, what a beautiful day in Seattle. It's us back in the car.
Always. So, we went to church. It was incredible. We went to church home. We heard Judah Smith talk. So good. And we ran into one of my followers, Annie. Shout out Annie. It was so sweet and kind. It was so good to meet her. And then we went and got brunch. And brunch was so good. Like I
got an almond milk latte. Decaf. Okay, what?
Anyways, really good. And now we're headed back towards where our Airbnbs are, and we're gonna get some stuff for the wedding today, prep all my gear, and I'll show you guys all of my gear, and then we're gonna head over to the wedding.
Real quick, Judah Smith, you're the man. You are the man. If you haven't heard of Church Home, check him out, because he's great. He wears cool sneakers too, with no socks.
Alright, so we're here at the ceremony. I've been trying to film a little bit throughout the day, but wedding days are just crazy in general. So I just switched out my lenses, and on my main camera on my right hip, I'm shooting with my 70 to 200 millimeter, which this is going to give me, because it's a wider ceremony, it's a little bit larger, this is going to give me a great opportunity to make sure I get the groom's reaction, the bride's reaction, actually get up in their faces without being in their faces. And then on my left hip, so my backup camera, my secondary camera, I have my 24 to 70, which is going to allow me to get that wide angle shot, but then also zoom in a little bit, get that like 50 millimeter angle, but all without moving too much. So I have such a wide range between 24 and then 200 millimeters on both hips. And previously, all pre-ceremony and usually post-ceremony, I have a 35 millimeter on my main and then a 50 millimeter on my backup. I'm going to give you the rundown now of all of my gear. I'm super excited to be running you through this. I'm going to try to keep this as short and concise as possible, and I also wanted to clarify, that I am only covering my photography like sessions and weddings. I'm not covering any of like my video gear or like anything extra like that. So let's dive on in. Let me take this off my wrist first because that's not professional. Anyways, let's dive on in. Okay, first and foremost, this is my camera bag. I have had this bad boy for 2.5 years now at this point, and it is held up like a freaking tank. I have taken this thing everywhere. It has been in mud, rain, hikes, international flights all the time, pretty much everywhere, and it is a freaking trooper. The thing that I really love about this is that it only opens from the back, which is amazing because when I'm traveling alone, don't want anyone to potentially have access to my backpack from the front where they could unzip it and just pull something out, God forbid, but like a pickpocket pretty much. When I'm traveling alone, not a fan of that. So I really love the fact that this opens only from the back. So this is a Zecti. It's off of Amazon. I'll have it linked in the description. I think it was roughly around like $50, which is amazing for how well it's held up. I am absolutely in love with this thing. It's still in fantastic condition, and I have used this thing so hard. So let's dive on into what's inside. All right, so first and foremost, I have my Bluetooth speaker that I use. Let me see if I can show you this. Focus. Okay, this is my Bluetooth speaker. It's from Amazon as well. I think it's pretty cheap. It's waterproof. It gets super loud, which I love, and it has this carabiner clip that allows me to clip it onto my belt, backpack, whatever, as I'm shooting. I've had, you can kind of see on this side, it has like a little bit of like, I don't know, the paint coming off, but it still works like a champ. I've had it for probably 2 years, and I have taken it literally in the ocean more times than I can ever count. So this thing is amazing and I love it. Next up, we have my camera strap. This is a Black Rapid. I forget the exact name, but I will also have this linked down below. This thing is a shoulder harness. You should have seen it in me shooting with it in the wedding, but it goes over one shoulder and has 2 separate parts for, wait, am I like, okay. This is so hard to film. Goes over one shoulder and works like this. It's literally amazing. You can have one camera on it or 2. You can unclip and just have this shoulder, or you can keep it onto both. I'm gonna dive into my camera bodies next. Wow, this is hard to figure out. All right, you know what I just decided? This is not working out this way. I'm gonna go ahead and handhold the camera and just show you guys each one of my pieces, and try to do it that way, because this is like backwards and upside down, and it's just getting very confusing for me personally. So I'm gonna do it with holding the camera and showing you guys everything. All right, first up we have my card reader. This is from Delkin Devices. It's absolutely amazing. It has a CF and SD card in it. The thing that I really love about this is the fact that I can put a card inside of it and then I can close it up with this flap. I just feel like that helps it stay so much more secure. But it is a USB adapter, so I have to have this adapter on it. I'm probably gonna switch over to another card reader sometime, just because of that, and it slows down the transfer file rate. But if you have a USB, or if you get one with a USB-C or whatever, this thing has been a tank for me for a really long time, and it works really well. For wedding days, I pretty much always have Cliff Bars or some sort of snacks, just because their wedding days can be exhausting, and I want to make sure I am well I'm well fed. I want to make sure I'm well fed. Anyways, I also always have bottled water with me. Okay, I'm going to show you this camera body. This is my backup camera body. I'm about to update it. It's the 5D Mark III. This has been my backup body, but I'm about to update it to a Mark IV as well and have it be my backup, just because the Mark IV is just incredible, which is what I'm filming on right now. So I'll show you this camera that I'm filming on and the lens and stuff in a second. I'll grab my vlog camera and just show it to you. But this is my second body. It's about to update as well. All right, next up we have my Canon 50mm 1.2. This thing is gorgeous. The bokeh that you get from this is just incredible. The only reason, I only really use this on weddings just because my 35, which you'll see in a second, is so versatile for couple sessions and gives me like so much diversity for what I need as far as being able to get wide angle and then get up close. But this is just creamy, buttery goodness, and I love this lens so much. This will always be a staple in my bag, always. This will be linked down below with everything else. And then we have my baby. This thing stays on my camera about 80-85% of the time. This is my 35mm 1.4, also a Canon L lens. This thing is a tank. This is what pretty much every single photo you see on my Instagram page or on my website, honestly, probably 90 to 95% of those photos have been taken with this one, because this is my baby. It stays on my camera pretty much 100% of the time, not gonna lie. It's incredible, and I am obsessed with this lens. If you have to get one lens, I would recommend the Canon one. I would recommend the Canon 35 or the Sigma 35 1.4. That's what I started out with before I upgraded to the Canon, and I just love both of them. The Canon's a little bit more high quality, and I can talk about the differences of those later, but the Canon definitely is a little bit more high quality and lasts a little bit longer and gets tack sharp focus pretty much every single time. So I love that lens. Next up, we have a bunch of random caps in there. These are my card holders. I don't know what the state of these is like right now. Normally this is pretty much full. I have about 5 of these. So this is literally the best way I know to keep my cards safe. This is like shatterproof, drop-proof, waterproof, fireproof. Just kidding, but it's pretty much any proof you could ever want. And then this is one of the ones that's a CF card and an SD card. And like I said, I have about 5 of these cases because I have so many cards. That are all being used at once. So I love these things. They are incredible. These are the B-Way ones, and these will be linked down below as well. Okay, up here is a little pouch. I normally just have this filled with like lens caps, with external like batteries to charge my phone, with just a bunch of different things like a lens wipe, like that. It depends on what I'm using it for, but it usually holds like my batteries, my lens wipes, my lens caps, my gaff tape that is for fixing anything that's broken. Oftentimes I will have like my self-timer remote in here. Oftentimes I'll also have my bridal emergency kit in here as well for any brides who need that. But for certain weddings or certain situations, I will take this out because it's Velcro. There we go. And this leaves a whole nother space up here where I can put a lens such as, drumroll, ta-da, my Canon 70-200. This thing is a beast. It's so hard to film with one hand. Should have had a friend help me today. This is my 70-200. This thing is a freaking tank. It literally weighs 5 pounds, 7 pounds, a lot of pounds. It's a chunk. This thing is a freaking tank. It makes my camera super heavy, but this is my absolute favorite lens. I think you should have seen that if I included the clip from the wedding, if that turned out and you could hear me. This thing is amazing for ceremonies. I love it and highly, highly recommend it. So this is the Canon 70-200. It's incredible. I don't even use an 85 at weddings anymore. I actually got rid of my 85mm because this thing is just incredible. So this one and the one I'm shooting filming this on right now is my 24-70. Those are the 2 zooms that I have, and they are perfect for weddings. So this can also fit into my bag. It usually does. It adds a bunch of weight to my backpack, but it's amazing. And then this little pouch of extra stuff goes into usually my suitcase because I'm not screwed if my lens wipes get lost, whereas if that got lost in a suitcase, God forbid. So that's usually what I do. Like my checked bag carries like this, or checked bag, sorry, carry-on carries this. And then that carries that. Okay, now on to, this is the only thing that will not fit into my backpack, and it kind of makes me sad, but it's my flashes. I could probably fit them in if I really, really wanted to, because this backpack is like Mary Poppins bag, but I haven't found a way yet. So in here, I have my extra flash batteries. I have like 5 or 6 of these things, and I fully charge them before every wedding, and then I make sure at every wedding, like if one of them dies on my flash or starts to, you know, die a little bit, I immediately go plug it in. So I have all of these extra batteries in here for my flash and the charger. I always carry so I can charge these at a wedding. Let me pull out my flashes. All right, so this is my main flash. This is the Godox V862C. I will have it linked down below for you guys. This thing is amazing. It's the equivalent, pretty much, it's the like off-brand equivalent of the Canon flashes. I'll also have those linked down below. Those are also amazing, but I love this one. It's a little bit more reasonable price point, and in my opinion, it works just as well. And it comes with these incredible batteries and the charger and everything that just recharge and are just so powerful. This thing fires as fast as I possibly need it to at a wedding. It's incredible and I love it. But just in case, God forbid, anything happen, or in case my second shooter doesn't have a flash, I have this extra one that is super cheap. It's like the cheapest one you can buy from Best Buy. It's called a sun pack, and this thing actually works pretty dang well. It does take regular batteries, so I also in my bag have like regular batteries as extras there. But this thing is my backup flash, or for my second shooter if they need one. This thing works really, really well, but it usually the batteries die and it doesn't fire as frequently as this one. This one I can literally click my shutter and it'll be like click, 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 and the flash is going off, which is awesome and what I need. And then this one's usually like click, 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 click. So it's like, I love that I did that for you. It's a pretty freaking fast and it's amazing. And if you're just starting into weddings or you can't afford, you know, a full-on flash, or you don't really need it that often or something like that, I recommend this one. It's awesome. But it's also a Best Buy brand. It's about like, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks. Godox, I think, if I'm remembering all of this right, it's like 150 maybe. So a little bit different price point, but both are amazing. Main flash, backup flash, and I think those are my flashes. Okay, I am switching over to my vlog camera now so I can show you this setup that I'm currently filming on. Okay, so this is my Canon 5D Mark IV. This is my baby. I'm about to get a second one and then have that Mark III be my backup. I love this thing. On it is my 24-70. I love this lens a lot. It's amazing for ceremonies. It's just such a good lens overall. It's a tank. It's super wide angle, but it also zooms in. I know a lot of people really love this lens as well. And then I'm not gonna talk about video stuff, so I'm not gonna cover the microphone, but this is just giving you a glimpse at that bad boy. Okay, I think that's pretty much it, the rundown of my bag. I will have everything linked that is ever in my wedding bag in the description below, so you can go and shop those if you want. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll get back to you. And thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Love you guys so much. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment down below of what else you would like to see as far as gear and wedding photography. Love you guys.